Welcome back. It's time to check back in with Tom over at the Branson IMAX.
Tom, what is there to know about the upcoming Military Film Festival?
Well, as far as the Military Film Festival is concerned, we'll talk about that a little bit. But if you remember in the last segment, I said, you know, sit down with a veteran, talk with the veteran, find out their views and find out their story. I have two here with me right now, and this is Colonel James Wilhite, and he is the person who really kind of put this film festival together, kind of originated it. Next to him, this is General Ben Robinson, and we're going to talk to him a little bit as well. But first, Colonel, why did you do this? Why have you put this festival together?
Well, Branson, I've always called as the Mecca for veterans. And I went to a film festival in Washington, D.C., and came home going, why doesn't Branson have something like this? I called a friend of mine, and he said, I think it's a great idea. Will you head it up? I went, sure, if you can find me a venue. So he comes to the IMAX, visits with Tom Forrester, who was working here at that time, and called me the next day and says, got somebody that wants to talk to you about the film festival. So I had a plane, I flew over, we sat down, and thanks to him and all the staff here at the IMAX, and specifically Paul and Ann Bluto, they not only allowed us to have the film festival here, or show films here, but they allowed us at no charge. So it was free for veterans. That's the Blutos. That's the Blutos, exactly.
Absolutely.
And we started with one film in the side theater. We had to turn people away because there was too many coming in. Then we started adding films to it, one film a day, and then we outgrew that theater, and so we split it and went to a second theater and split the opening and closing ceremonies for that.
And now there's a total of, is it 5 films?
We have 5. I watch about 250 films a year, narrowing down to 5. And Paul, came up to me and says, we're moving this to the IMAX. And the talent of the staff that's here, they can convert an MP4 flash drive into a film possibility of showing it.
They know what they're doing here.
They do know what they're doing. They're the magic people.
Now, Colonel, I'm going to shift gears here and talk to the General. And sir, first of all, thank you for being on the show. We do appreciate it.
You bet.
What is your part in this film festival? Because I know you have a story to tell.
Well, I was actually, Jim and I are in the Military Order of World Wars together in Oklahoma City, and I had given a presentation at one of our meetings, and Jim said, hey, would you like to come to Branson and do this in Branson? And I said, well, you know, I don't have a film, I'm live. So he said, well, we have speakers also. So he invited me to come up, and we're back in Branson. We had a home here for 10 years, a second home. Our grandkids went to school out of College of the Ozarks, so this was great to be back in Branson again.
Yeah, what does it do for you to come into town and see how the town just rolls out the red carpet for the veterans?
It is incredible. I said been here for 10 years. We'd actually had a helicopter unit reunion here from Vietnam, and we all went fishing out on Taneycomo and just had a great time, and had a great dinner here, and went to some shows here. And then I brought my high school here twice on 2 high school reunions here in Branson. And we lived out by the airport, in one of the houses out by the airport, and they love it.
And this is what you can get. I mean, he's doing presentations, but also I got to sit down and talk with him just a little bit. Was 4 years in the Army, and then how many in the Air Force?
29 years, 10 months.
29 years, 10 months. That's the kind of service this gentleman has put in. Both of them have given so much of their lives, of course, in service of the United States of America. And now it's time that Branson is rolling out the red carpet. And when you speak to the people who are in the audience, what kind of things are you relating to? I know there's only a little bit of time, but what kind of things are you touching on?
Well, today we talked about the response to 9/11. You know, Pearl Harbor was 80-something years ago, and 9/11 was 20 years ago. We want to always remember about what happened to America that day and why we were attacked. Pearl Harbor, we were attacked militarily, but in 9/11, we were attacked against our values. Our people were attacked, and that's something that they attacked this thing called "In God We Trust," and that's why they attacked America. So that is a new kind of warfare. This global war on terrorism started that day, and it really continues. It's what you see played out right now in Israel and against Hamas. So it's a difficult war for us to fight militarily.
And that's the kind of thing that the general will be touching on. And trust me, You speak to a veteran, they'll tell you the truth and they'll tell you what happened. And a great place to come right now to do that, of course, is the IMAX right here in Branson. So type IMAX Branson and you'll find everything that's happening at the IMAX Theater this week in honor of our veterans. Back to you.
Tom, if you still hear me, tell both of those gentlemen thank you from us for serving our country.